What's going on, YouTube? Nick Corona here. Welcome to the video. If you're watching this video, you might be at the same crossroads I am. Do you use Windows or Simple Miner? Such a hard decision for me right now. And I know a lot of people hate on NiceHash, but seriously, like, you load it in, you click a button, and you're getting the max amount of dollars. And like this rig, I have two rigs here. I got a RX 570 8 gig. I got two of them right here. This rig behind me is five GTX 1050s. Super low power, quiet rig. Makes about $10 a day. Pretty sweet. But point being, there's like nothing good to mine. So using a Simple Miner, you have to kind of like pick what you're mining a little bit more specifically, and then you can get paid out in that coin. They have a smaller payout than NiceHash. NiceHash pays out at 0.01. Depending what pools you're in with Simple Miner, you can get paid out like instantly, or the pool I'm in right now with these guys is Nano Pool, and it pays out at 0.02 Ethereum, so like $20, which is way better than 130 for NiceHash. But if you're doing this long term, it shouldn't really matter to you if you're getting paid out, weekly or daily or whatever the case. So anyways, what I ran into with cards like these 1050s is they don't really make good money unless they're on NiceHash. So those ones, I have to leave on it. If, you're new to mining and you're looking for something simple, start with NiceHash. That's what I have on the computer behind me here. I know it's not super easy to see, but very simple interface. You click start, it starts mining. You put in, your wallet. You can use your Coinbase. It'll even show you, what you're doing here. Equihash is what this one's on right now. It's 1050. I believe my RXs are currently mining, like I said, Ethereum, but there's better things. I think a lot of people are dual mining Decree, Pascal, something along those lines. But the point of this video is Windows or Simple Miner. So first of all, the hardware differences are insane. And I mean, it's the hardware differences that make you, have to make this decision. So first of all, when you use Simple Miner, you only need 2 gigs of RAM versus PC, people are using 4, 8 gigs. So your savings on RAM are huge, especially if you're someone who's considering doing a lot of rigs, like 30, 40, 50 cards. It's like, are each of your motherboards going to need 4 to 8 gigs of RAM or 2? Huge savings. Your second saving is Simple Miner runs entirely off of a USB stick. You go to simplemining.net, and then that's where you'll be able to, I'm already logged in here, but as soon as you go to simplemining.net, right there, it's like they have 2 versions for the Radeon cards, and then they have a NVIDIA version. So you download the version you want. It has super simple instructions. Once you download it, you download one other program that flashes it to the USB. I mean, it takes a minute to download, but super small learning curve. So it's really easy to download Simple Miner, plug it in, get it started up. I'll show you guys what that looks like. The thing that I found not so easy was like setting up Simple Miner. It's not like NiceHash where you just click a button and it goes. Simple Miner is like all of the miners together. You still need to kind of know what you're doing in some code, which brings me back around to, so not only do you not need a hard drive, not only do you only need 2 gigs of RAM, you actually can't even use a mouse. You don't need a keyboard, and you don't need a monitor. So I mean, not that you'd buy that for each computer, but that's something that when you have Windows, you have to go around plugging into each one. It's just a really big mess. So a lot of advantages, as you can see already. And then the next, like the biggest advantage, would be just the fact that you can like reboot your computer remotely, and you can see it remotely, overclock it, see what you're hashing, like 100%. You can control this from your cell phone in Hawaii, the same as if you were sitting next to your computer in Chicago or wherever you are. So huge advantage. The other advantage would be that when you download Simple Miner, whichever version you get, it just has all the drivers. Like you don't have to go through installing drivers and making everything work. It's like you get the one for the Radeon RX cards, and however many Radeon RXs you plug in, whichever one it is, you plug it in and it all just works. Like so nice. You don't have to sit there and install Windows. You don't have to sit there and install drivers. So like on a large perspective, like a grand scale of having a lot of machines, I mean less RAM, no hard drive, no monitor, mouse, keyboards, one interface to control everything versus like, it'd be a lot more difficult to find out which one of your nice hash rigs, went down, or go in and figure all that out. They do charge $2 a month per rig, which was another, once again, setting up Simple Miner, honestly, was just like a terrible experience. Like even figuring out that, oh, I have to actually like send money to Simple Miner to cover the $2 a month. You send $8-9, and then it just was kind of weird to me. Like, why wouldn't they just mine it out of the top or take it off? Or I don't know. It just seemed like it could have been better. And as far as setting it up, like if you have no experience, you don't stand a chance. I've been doing this stuff for a long time, and I'm having to go into the chat rooms and get all these codes and stuff, because even if you know one or two of them, it's like, do you know how to type, the little line of code out for every single miner? Probably not. So it's tough, but like if you're doing a lot of machines, it sucks because you almost have to learn this. And it's, a lot of people want to know, like, obviously, what's going to make me more money? That's all I care about. Well, it's really hard for anyone to tell you that, because first of all, you have the consideration of the hardware and whatnot you're saving, but like from my experience, it's a lot more work to squeeze the same amount of money out of Simple Miner as NiceHash, I think. Right? It's so freaking hard to tell, because that's the nice thing about NiceHash. You're mining all these coins and they're giving you just a straight up dollar amount, something we can all relate to. We all know, we feel like we know how much we're making, versus like getting Ethereum and trying to convert everything and figure out what I'm making and if it's really better. And then there's the argument of like, well, you're getting Ethereum, and it goes on forever. There's no right answer. So that's something you're going to have to decide, but they do seem pretty close. Like it's not like a huge difference. So, with that being said, if you have a lot of machines, you're going to have to do Simple Miner. You can do all your overclocking, everything right from the interface. It is so easy, as simple. I know you can't see everything, but as simple as it looks and as empty as it looks, like there's not a lot to it. And it right here, I know you probably can't see it, that little box that popped up. It's my hash rate. I got my temperatures here, my memory. You got all your options over here, like overclocking. This window comes up and you just type in your values, versus like Afterburner and dealing with all the sliders and stuff. Like, no, just type in what you want and it works. And this is looking at it obviously on a PC when I'm on that rig there. So now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when you plug into a computer on Simple Miner. And I will show you can actually click console right here, and you can get up a screenshot of the console window that I'm about to show you, but it's not real time. All right, got it off. Time to turn it on. All right. So once again, the only thing plugged into this rig right now, two RX 570s, 8 gig, and my USB stick with Simple Miner on it. When you download Simple Miner on a PC, before you stick it in your rig, you open it up and you just edit your email address. You put in your email address, and that's how it all links back to you. It's incredibly easy. I mean, so like to set someone up on this, they would just set up their own Simple Miner account and get everything all set up, and I could show up with a USB and throw their email on it, toss it in their computer, and done. I don't have to sit there and install Windows and install and uninstall drivers 15 times, figure out why that one card isn't working. It just sucks. Like the most you're ever gonna have to do with this is make sure your BIOS are right, like that it can run all the cards you have. Um, so yeah, like you can see, it's just straight into Linux. It's just starting up script. There's nothing you could even do really with a mouse. Keyboard, there's some stuff, you can type in some commands and stuff if you know what you're doing, but like I don't touch it. And then it gets really confusing. Like the way I have it set up right now, I have to go to Nanopool to see my money, and then it's supposed to pay me out to Mining Pool Hub. So once again, it's like it is a lot more work and more convoluted than NiceHash. If you're not hardcore, like I'd stick to NiceHash. I mean, I don't know. It's a really big advantage to have the remote access, but I know all that stuff exists for PCs, like remote desktops. You can have everything pretty much set up to restart if it crashes, which is another nice thing about Simple Miner. It has like a restart counter, because since it's just running like this, you might look at it and see, oh, this restarted 15 times. I need to fix my overclock settings, or something's wrong and it's still crashing. So let's see, it's still starting up. Looks like right now I have it set up to dual mine Ethereum and Cycoin. It seems to be doing pretty well. Like I think it's making about $5 or $6 a day between these two cards. I'm new to Radions. They're not BIOS modded. I want to BIOS mod them, but like everything you find is for 4 gig cards and the Sapphire cards, and these are the brand new 8 gig. They're not Sapphire series or anything, and I just have a really hard time finding information on them. And between them being a new card and just all the different memory types, like I'm way too afraid to ruin them. I think they were like $270 a piece, so I don't know. Play it safe. I flip a lot of rigs, so maybe those will be one. I have some people telling me it's not really that great of a card if you don't BIOS mod it. So I'm more of a NVIDIA guy. If you guys watch my videos, this is something I'm kind of trying out. And I don't like I just not as big of a fan of the legacy NiceHash, even though it has way better options. It just doesn't look as cool, and I don't know, just didn't like it. So thought this would be the machine to try on Simple Miner, and after the fail with the 1050s on Simple Miner, it's been working out pretty good. Once you got it up and running, you definitely don't really need a monitor or anything, and set your rig off in the room and let it run. Control your fan speed, control your temperature, everything right from your phone. So yeah, that's where I'm at with Simple Miner. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you have come up with a better way to change pools, I know how to find the pools. Go to whattomine.com to see what you're supposed to mine. If you have a good way to change pools and stay up to date with them, because keep in mind, once you get Simple Miner set up, like the pools change, versions update, and you have to go in and update and change that stuff. I mean, it is easy. You can probably change 15, 20, 30 rigs, however many you have, with the click of a button, because they're all grouped together. But you have to have that stuff right. You want to be making your top dollar at all times. So definitely hit the comments with your thoughts, tips, tricks, anything else, things you love, things you hated, let me know. And until next time, keep on mining.